There's thousands of angels that's worshiping God. That's why the devil wanted to go up there. I'm going to go up there where God said they're going to worship me. That's why he could trick 1/3 of the angels, because they was done. They left their first estate. Their first estate was always to worship God. So we're talking about the truth today. And a lot of people don't want the truth.
Well,
Now, once you tell them the truth, let them live. See, a lot of people go believe, that's why a lot of people go get hellfire. Because one part of it, Revelation said, you believe a lie and be damned.
all right.
See, these people don't want the truth, they want a lie. And they want you to tell them a lie, instead of telling them the truth. That's why God said, and the truth shall set you what?
Free.
It'll set you free to what? Live the life that God has chosen a life for you.
Amen.
You didn't choose your own life. God chose your life. And he chose it. He chose you. He didn't have to choose you. He had the world. In the world, there's many of people. He didn't have to choose you. He could have left your silly self over there and grabbed somebody else.
Well,
But he chose you. And he thought enough to want you.
hallelujah. Yes.
He thought enough to give you. See, we don't look at it like that. See, we think all God got is the church, the people in the church. God got the whole world.
Oh, amen.
That's why he rules in the kingdom of men.
Yes.
Because he owned the world.
Amen.
Even this stupid stuff up there in Washington, he know all about it. Because what? He owned the world.
Amen.
And the government is part of what? The world. There's somebody who want to know about truth. And see, some of y'all need to be like Pilate. St. John chapter 18. Pilate asked Jesus a question. St. John 18, 33 and 40. 33 through 40. Then Pilate entered into the judgment hall again and called Jesus and said unto him, Art thou the king of the Jews? Now, Pilate said, was you the king of the whole world? He said, ain't you their king? Jesus answered him, saying, Thou, this thing of thyself and others did tell it thee of me. He said, I never told you I was a king, but other people told you I was king of the Jews, didn't he? Peter answered, Am I a Jew? I ain't no Jew. Thy own nation and chief priests have delivered thee unto me. What hast thou done? In other words, he said, I ain't no Jew. I ain't bring you in here. I wasn't worried about what you was doing. But these people that are like you, they worried. Ron wasn't worried about Jesus. Ron wasn't worried about Jesus. They wasn't worried about him. He said, your own people. But these people that say they like you, they weren't worried about him. Jesus answered, my kingdom is not of this world. He didn't say he wasn't no king. He said his kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then wouldn't my servants fight that I should not be delivered to the Jews? But now is my kingdom not from hence. He told them, my kingdom ain't down here. But I do got a kingdom. But it ain't here. Because if I had a kingdom, my servants would be fighting for me. In other words, all them people out there, most of them wasn't for Jesus. They was for the Jews. Pilate therefore said unto him, Art thou a king then? Jesus answered, Thou said that I'm a king. To this end was I born, and for this cause came I into the world, that I should bear witness unto the truth. Everyone that is of the truth hear my voice. See, he said he had to come in and bear witness of the truth. What truth? What truth did Jesus have to come in the world to bear? What truth? Have you ever thought about what truth did Jesus come in the world to bear witness of?
How much you love this?
Well, that's true. He came in to bear truth of that prophecy that God told the devil. Out of her. He said out of Adam. He said out of her. Is her seed is going to crush your head. He said, that's why I'm here. I'm here to tear up the kingdom of the world. In other words, he could tear Pilate's kingdom because he's part of it, wasn't he? He came of the truth. He bear witness to the truth that he came, that even though the devil had tricked Adam and Eve, there was still going to be what? A truth, a kingdom of freedom, not of slavery. Everyone that is of the truth, hear my voice. That's why a lot of people ain't here, because we ain't telling the truth.
Well,
Matter of fact, you know what? Y'all ain't living it.
well.
See, when you live the truth, then people, one thing I know about the truth, and one thing I know about God, I don't care where you live at. When you in God, people know when you're in God, because there's a difference about you. There's a difference about you when you're in God. And I don't care if you try not to make it, you try to act like you in there with them. There's a truth in you that the devil cannot hide. You know how I know? I could be sitting there at work, like Miss Lori told me, Miss Roberta, my sister going to surgery this morning. While you sitting here, would you say a prayer for me? She don't know nothing about me. That's right. But there's a truth always, there's the truth in you if you don't cross over. That's right. See, and people see the truth in you. But some of y'all ain't got the truth in you. You don't lost it. And you can lose the truth. See, this thing about God will stay with you forever. Once in the Holy Ghost, always in the Holy Ghost. It's the devil's lie, not Jesus' lie. That's right. Jesus don't lie. Right. Once in him ain't always in him. That's a lie. The devil said that. You know why the devil tell you once in him, always in him? Because he wants you to stay in this falsehood that you still in God. See, that's why God said, you better check out. See, God said, make sure that you still walking in the vocation for which you've been called. See, everybody ain't walking in their vocation. Everybody is not walking in the truth. Some of y'all sleep. And some of y'all ain't woke up yet. And some of y'all ain't in the truth. But you better find your way back. Because I'm going to tell you what time it is. It ain't tribulation time. But these are the time of the beginning of sorrow. Let's look at Matthew 24. I'll hold Paula for a minute. Paula will ask a real magnificent question. Matthew chapter 24. And Jesus answered, said unto him, take heed that no man deceive you. He didn't say no spirit. He said no man. He didn't say nothing about the spirit of the Antichrist, did he? He didn't say nothing about the Antichrist. He said take heed that no man deceive you. Why? You want to know why he said take heed that no man deceive you? Why? For many shall come in my name saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive. See, there's a lot of people out here saying, Christ over here with me. Right? You want to know what Christ said? But half of y'all ain't looking for him. So you don't care where he is. But for many people are looking for Christ. See, many people know what's going on. See, you ain't even got to have no spiritual eyesight to see what's going on. This world, this America we live in.
Well,
For it's righteousness that exalt a nation. Sin is a reproach to any people. And see, we ain't walking in righteousness. When we walked in righteousness, we were the United States of America. And nobody could beat us. And we still great. But we got to get rid of some of this foolishness.
Right.
All this stuff is against God.
Amen.
Can't have the commandments against God. See, we got to know where we at. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of war. See that you not be troubled, for all these things but yet must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So we got to hold, see, this Russian thing, Russia always been our enemy. How they going to be our friend now?
well,
Yeah.
come on now.
Russia has been our enemy ever since there was an America.
Right.
Now how all of a sudden they going to be our friends? Come on, somebody. God has always been. If God ain't over the United States of America, y'all need to turn y'all money in.
Well,
Turn your money back. Get some new money. Because I do believe it said, in God we trust.
well,
And got a big one up there. In God we trust. It says the United States of America, in God we trust. It don't say it trust in this bill right here, or what? Or the stock market. It ain't tell you trust in none of that stuff. It said in God we trust. But we try to trust in everything else.
well,
The banks closed one time. There was a Great Depression, but people made it through. 2008, we was over our way over the cliff. We was over the cliff. Somebody snatched us back. God snatched us back from being over the cliff, being another Great Depression. Because you know why he snatched us back? Because y'all, a young generation, y'all couldn't have took it.
well,
Y'all know nothing about microwave. All y'all know is microwave.
well, come on now. That's it.
Y'all wouldn't even know how to fend for yourself. Y'all can't do without these smartphones,
Come on now.
technology. That's why he snatched you back. We could have went to another depression. We were on our way.
Very close.
But God snatched us back.
Yes, amen. Yes, he did.
Because we weren't trusting in the money, we was trusting in him. People started praying.
Amen.
See, we started praying then.
Right.
We ain't praying now.
Well,
Because job is back on, and it ain't due to Trump.
That's right.
well,
And have you looked at what his name really means? In cards, what do you do when you try to win? You don't play cards? And you put that trump up there? You try to trump them. In other words, you try to beat them at their own game. Anybody play cards? Some of y'all don't play no cards. Some of y'all in here play cards. Don't act like I'm the only one that play.
Right.
Act like I'm the only one that don't know about him.
Right.
A trump, what does a trump do? It's better than the other hand. You try to act like you can trump. You try to act like you can what? Bluff them out, right? With that trump, yeah. You get a card.
His hand trumps his hand.
Right.
It's better. It's not bluff, it's manufactured. This hand is better than
No, it's a bluff.
that. Bluff is bluff.
No, Trump is a bluff too. Because sometimes people got they got a better hand than you, but you try to trump them out and make them think y'all ain't got it.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm a gambler. Used to be. Used to be
Yeah,
gambling.
you try to,
Try to act like you try to bluff. And that's all, and right now, that's all we is, one big bluff.
Oh, I know that's right. I don't play
Huh?
cards, and I know that's right.
Yeah, it's a deception. It's a, you know, it's a hand that beats the other hand. You say you trump them out. And usually in Trump, the best hand going on ain't 4 queens and 2 kings. Is it?
I don't play poker.
It ain't 4 kings and 2 queens.
What is
It's a royal flush. Start with an ace of spade, king of spade, queen of spade, 10 of spade. Say, no. Jack.
it? Out of here.
It ain't aces and eights. Aces and eights is them many.
I said aces.
Yeah,
I play
y'all
chess.
know that. Y'all know that.
I play chess, lady.
I know. And then the king ain't the first person on the chess block.
No, it's not.
It's the queen.
That's it. That's it.
Protect your queen at all costs. I play
That's it.
chess.
The queen and the rook.
That's right.
Man, that's it. I know that. I don't know cards.
Everybody say, I'm gonna protect my king. No, it ain't about protecting your king, it's about protecting your queen.
She can go all over the world. You can go in one direction, up and down. Amen.
But see, we got to look at natural things to learn spiritual things.
Amen. Amen.
And then he said this, for a nation shall rise against nation,
Well,
and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. See, there's a whole, they just had an earthquake over there in Greece at the tourist spot this weekend. People were sleeping outside instead of going in them hotels. Y'all ain't see that? I'm new. Y'all didn't see that. Yeah, they just had an earthquake. We don't have no earthquakes in Greece. That's a tourist attraction. But earthquakes in dire places. Land swallowing up people like down there in Florida, they're swallowing up people's houses.
yeah.
And nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. See, what can that little bitty Korea really do to us? And that ain't even the whole Korea. It's just north. See, Korea is made up of north and south. What can they really do to the United States of America? He just bluffing. But see, we ain't got no president to take that bluff.
Well,
They, oh yeah, he trying to get close.
you don't even know what he's doing.
See, that's nation against nation. They trying to rise up.
Yeah.
See, when Japan rose up against the United States of America,
Right.
let's go back in history. They didn't play with it.
Now they took my.
Even while they was over here, they was fighting the Germans on the front. And then Japan rose up, and even while they was over here trying to give, trying to have a friendship with us, and then down at bombing Pearl Harbor, the United States didn't put up with that mess. You want to try to play with us? They said that, come and bomb right on over there. See, but God got us. God got every nation. And see, there's already a lot of, it may not be no, but you know what? It's some famine over here. But you know what? It ain't being reported. Children ain't eating every day. See, y'all blessed, because y'all go there, I don't want that. And we got something else to eat. What about, can you go to the store and get me a pizza? Can you take me out to dinner? It's a whole lot of children that are starving.
Amen.
Right here in the United States of America.
Amen.
But it ain't been telling. On time it's telling when they want your money. Then they show you all the, they don't show you no children over here with no, we ain't got no children over here with no big belly. They go over there and get some of them children that's black, got big bellies and everything, and try to get your money. But see, there's famine in the land right now.
Amen.
And pestilence, good Lord, in Jesus' name. We know there's pestilence. Tuberculosis don't came back with a mission.
Yes.
Tuberculosis was put out of business.
Yes.
But it still came back. Chickenpox virus was put out. Shingles is back for old people with a vengeance.
Amen.
That's chickenpox. These old diseases don't came back with a vengeance. Ebola came, they said you never could live from Ebola. See, somebody lied. But people walking around here that had Ebola, they lived, didn't they?
Yeah.
See, this stuff is back with a vengeance. But the end is not yet. Verse 28, 24 and 8. All these are the beginning of what? Sorrow. Then shall thou be deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. People now, we right there. People hate people that really say they're Christians. Let's start with Columbine. They kill all the people that say they're Christians. If you had said you could deny Christ, they wouldn't have killed you.
Well,
Them people died. They was martyred for their faith. Now, people kept talking about, don't you hate on me. See, now they call the Christians haters. But y'all know what hatred is of the devil. It ain't of God.
Right.
Let's tell the truth now. See, y'all need to see where y'all at.
Amen.
And now you're just being hated for the color of your skin or the culture of where you from.
That's right.
That lady Australia shouldn't have died. And Australian people are up in arms about that.
That's right.
People shouldn't be dying. But see, you better remember where you at
Amen.
and where you should be and who you should be in. See, this is of the truth. See, this ain't no lie. This is the real live truth right here. It's in everything that comes or goes that's going to happen to this world. It's already in the Word. You can find it.
amen.
But you know what? You don't want to look for it because God already told you of the truth. Study to show yourself approved. A workman that need not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of God. But you know what? We ain't true disciples. Because he said, if you follow his way, then people will know that you are his disciples if you have love one for another. We don't love one another.
Well,
So you don't even know who the true disciple. See, the true disciple of God ain't dressed up.
That's
well,
right.
Jesus didn't come in and he didn't go in the temple with no suit on. He went in with some sandals. He didn't look like the Pharisees and the Sadducees. And ain't nothing wrong with looking good because God wants you to look good. And you know what? You should dress and give your best to God.
amen.
Out of what? A pure heart. See, we talking about the truth today. And a lot of people don't want the truth. Let me go back and tell you what Pilate said about the truth. John 18 and 30. In the book of John, St. John chapter 18. Pilate, verse 37, Pilate therefore said unto him, art thou a king then? Jesus answered, thou sayest that I am a king. To this end was I born, and for this cause came I into the world, that I should bear witness unto the truth. Everyone that is of the truth hear my voice. See, a lot of people can't hear God because they love the truth. So when God tell you to come out of darkness into his marvelous light, if you hear his voice, you coming straight out. All these people that's hot between two opinions, and they ain't never heard the true voice, the true voice of God. When I came to the Sabbath, when I got finished and had nowhere else to go. See, the devil will push you down as low, but God is always standing there, waiting on you with an open arm to say, hear my voice. And I heard his voice, and I came out. And when I came out, I came out. I ain't come out to be compromised. I came out to what? Because I heard the truth and needed more of it.
Well,
I heard his voice. See, a lot of people don't know his voice. They know of a voice, but they don't know. See, there's a different other voice in his voice. See, when you hear God's true voice, it's going to react and make you come out. You're going to react and you're going to want to learn more of him.
amen.
When you hear his voice. See, some of y'all ain't heard his voice. He speaks every day in here, but you ain't here. And this ain't about a judgment thing. This is about hearing, showing you how to hear the voice of God. See, at your lowest point, God can pick you up.
Amen.
Place you on the solid rock of a foundation and start to build you up. That's the whole thing about the truth. The truth is here to build you up. But you got to hear it. You got to hear the truth. And the truth may not be dressed in the package that you think is who the people is bringing it.
Well, right.
But see, when God wants you, he gonna get you. You may run, but I'm gonna tell you something, you can't hide.
Amen.
But you ought to thank God that he wants you.
Amen.
Because he can throw you back
Amen.
and grab somebody else.
Amen.
God looked down through families and picked out who he wanted. And you ought to find that a privilege.
Oh, yes. Amen. Amen. Yes.
In my family, everybody told me I won't never be anything, but he picked me up
Well,
and turned me around and placed my feet on his rock, the rock, on solid ground, and started to plant me and build me up. See, you ought to be able to do, see, he said, hear his voice. See, now we got to learn in this last and evil day to hear the voice of God. You're going to have to learn how to be attentive to the voice of God if you want to avoid what? Everything that's going on in this world.
Amen.
And the Bible is your guidebook. The Bible is your guidebook. And he said, everyone that is of the truth hear my voice. Pilate said unto him, now this is the question. What is truth? Now this a Roman governor asking Jesus Christ, what is truth? Pilate wanted to know what the truth was. And then when Pilate realized what the truth was of them trying to kill Jesus, he didn't want no parts of it. See, he knew the truth. He told them, nah, this be upon y'all head. Y'all ain't getting me mixed up in this. Remember his wife even said, whatever you do, don't mess with this man. She dreamed. See, God was talking to Pilate. He said, what is true? His wife gave him the truth. He made sure that he fulfilled it. He said, not me. And when he had said this, he went out again unto the Jews and said unto him, I found no fault in him. Don't be bringing him here. Don't be trying to make like I'm the one killing him. I ain't killing him. Y'all do whatever y'all want to do. But you have a custom that I should release unto you one at the Passover. Will you therefore that I release unto you? And he called him the King of the Jews. See, Pilate believed that Jesus was the King of the Jews. He called him the King, and see, if he didn't believe it, he wouldn't have called him that. Then cried they all again, saying, not this man, but Barabbas. Now Barabbas was a robber. The Bible said he was a thief and a robber and a liar. So they didn't want the truth. And these supposed to be people that was what? Upstanding, what? Religious, holy people to the community. See, you can look like you are upstanding in the community.
Come on.
See, it ain't what you look like, it's what's on the inside.
That's it. Amen. Amen.
It ain't what you look like. It's what's on the inside.
Amen.
But see, Pilate asked, what is the truth? And he found out, he got an answer. He got the answer right there. I ain't got nothing to do with this killing. He brought him some water, did that significant thing that he washed his hands. Now it let his blood be a part of y'all. And they said, we'll take it. His blood is upon us. And what? Not only them, all the way down to their children. Because they didn't want to accept the Lord. But then there's going to come out. See, they forget one thing. At the end, their children going to call on the Messiah. And they're going to be ready for the truth. But you got the opportunity right now to know the truth. And the truth, what? Shall set you free. May the blessing of